from a close-fought battle in Group B, we head into Group A with EG going up against Virtus.pro, both angling towards the top of the table, aren't they, Lacoste?
Yes, they are. EG currently 8-4, while Virtus.pro is 7-5. So this is gonna determine where both of these teams are gonna go. Virtus.pro, you can still feel the nerves, from the players, because watching them play, I think they have everything. Like, they have the skill to win the whole thing. I'm not even kidding. And they, sometimes tend to go, they're still a tier 2 tower. Let's go in. Let's go push for the high ground. Let's get into those tier 4 towers and make this 20-minute game into a 60-minute game with their new magic trick. Sometimes it happens, but they also were not picking lately their Dawnbreaker position 1, which they couldn't finish the games with them. When they played carry Dawnbreaker, it was 4 games. They lost 3 out of 4, and they were struggling how to go for the high ground and just end the game, even though they were staying ahead. I like the playstyle that they're using, going all in, even with the lineup with no stuns, Bounty Hunter, Darkseer. They still manage to just outskill and outfarm their opponents. It's just going for the high ground, and that might be a bit tricky. EG, on the other side, they had a bit of ups and downs, but they're looking good. They still look like the best North American team representing them here, and just standard EG stuff. You know that you can count on this team at DI that they will do good.
Absolutely do. With Ice in that off lane as well, showing off that Lycan. They've been picking Tiny, grabbing up that combo we've seen, of course, throughout this group stage very, very nicely. And just back to your Virtus.pro point, that series against OG that we were watching, that Dawnbreaker, yes, looked very good. Their laning stage looked superb. They were 20 kills ahead of their opponents, 5k net worth lead after laning stage. But you're absolutely right. They do struggle with those more late game decision-making situations. But here, we'll find out how they do against EG with Silencer, AA, Tiny, and Storm all being banned out, leaving us with a Weaver potentially as one of those.
IO is available. I don't think you want to skip out on that. AA banned out. Virtus.pro, they definitely are not surprised. Wow, they picked IO here, so they have something planned out, considering that AA is banned out. They need to start possibly thinking about the hero that could potentially build into earlier Spirit Vessel.
How likely is it, do you think, we'll see Evil Genius's first phase Ember Spirit? Because that's something Abed has been performing incredibly well on, and so far in the tournament has, 90% win rate, doesn't he?
I'll check the stats, but yeah, last time I checked, it was 90%. Right now, sitting at, he's up there.
Sitting pretty up at, 70-odd?
Yeah, 70%. So a couple of teams might have lost. Okay. ET and Earthshaker, a lot of stuns. 2 heroes. They're best to disengage a team fight. If you don't like it, use a Fisher, use a Stomp. A lot of ways to set things up for other heroes that are going to be picked later on.
And also stop your opponents from running towards you, which is usually what you expect from an IO and an IO partner, whether it be that Gyrocopter or something else. That's what EG are now really considering. Do we want to pick that duo this early on? The crit IO, of course, a beautiful thing to behold. Or do we want to consider, a fly hero, or pick up Ice's Tidehunter, for example, to come out to play?
They could maybe get a Tidehunter, which you suggested. There's still Monkey King in the pool. It's flexible, but then you need to maybe swap things around, have IO being played as a position 5. Yeah, they will go with Lycan. So for Virtus.pro, maybe you need to start banning out the heroes that work well with Lycan once he gets that Helm of the Overlord. His next item is either Drums or Aghanim Scepter, so Ursa, Tiny... you need to get... Oh, sorry, Tiny is not available anymore.
Ursa's a big one, though, isn't he?
Yeah, Sven also works fine.
Some of these tanky heroes with large damage output in a short amount of time. Great, with that Wolf Bite from the Lycan, like you're saying, and of course, pairing up with the IO Tether Overcharge.
You already have 2 melee heroes. One might be an offlaner here with the Earthshaker. Can swap things around, but I think it's safe for them to ban Ursa, because it works really well with Lycan.
Yeah, interesting there, isn't it? We could have seen an Iso-sized Timbersaw come out in that first phase. So really opting for that Lycan with that strat to buff up your carry, rather than considering the Timbersaw first phase worthy, even though you mentioned there's the 2 strength melee heroes already early on. And EG respecting the Dawnbreaker. Getting rid of her before VP had a chance to pick it. Feels like it's going to be a tough draft for Fly, though. He banned out Sansa and AA himself. Bane is now gone. Support pool for the position 5 starting to become a little lacking.
They played a lot of Disruptor. If he needs to, can go for that Witch Doctor. He plays a position 5 that secures the lane for RTZ, the sacrificial one, the one that doesn't need items. Just buy those healing salves and make sure your carry is having a really good time.
Salve Spammer 2000. Instead, VP opting to remove one of Abed's specialties. The puck gone. Might see an Ember Spirit ban as well. Like we said, they're on a pretty hot tear with the Ember for Abed.
Virtus.pro
And Tidehunter making his way into the ban pool too.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. You see Lycan, you want to get rid of the Tidehunter. Very hard to bring down in the team fights. You have no stuns, no abilities that Tidehunter is really afraid of.
And when you're running towards people, you're relocating on them, having that big Ravage to just stop a team fight in its tracks and combo it with Earth Splitter, with Blink Echo. That team fight would have been pretty overwhelming if they'd been let to have that Tide. And in the second phase for Evil Geniuses, no Ursa. So what were some of the other options? You mentioned Sven.
Yeah, Sven works okay. And it also gives you an ability to finish the game in like 25 up to 30 minutes. If they make a mistake, Lycan shows up with Helm of the Overlord, Io giving you that attack speed, Sven with the God Strength. This might be the hero that Evil Genius is looking forward to play into this game.
How scared are you of picking, an Agi hero like Luna, Terrorblade into an ET? Is that something that blocks it, or is it just something you have to be wary of?
It's always hard, because you'll lose your all base armor, so it's tricky. And there's also a lot of stuns just coming out from these 2 heroes, so it might be something different. All right, you can use Pugna. Pugna is a hero that got buffed, kind of a sleeper hero.
And what makes him so good here?
Just Decrepify against, you can use it on Lycan, you can use it on your allies. They don't have any high mana cost spells here.
5 seconds remaining.
So you stop that combo later on in the game, right? Though the Wolf
Pugna
Bite,
also
Echo Saber.
exactly. Pugna also gives you ability to push the towers, and the Ember Spirit that you mentioned, hero with the high win rate, even though it's dropped.
And a Snapfire for Fly, it looks like there. So it gives them a little bit more teamfight capabilities to launch these Mortimer's Kisses into a Searing Chains target. Someone that's being chased and hunted by the Lycan.
Evil Geniuses.
Not too much in the way of that, though, as now Virtus.pro answer back with a Bristleback. Bristle, Earthshaker, Elder Titan, some real beefy boys here. Backed up, by the life drain of Pugna, the decrep you're mentioning, to maybe weasel in and out of team fights.
10 seconds remaining.
This Ursa makes a lot of sense. They first removed it because of the Wolf Bite, and now they managed to pick a Bristleback. So 1, 2, 3 melee heroes. Ursa would have been a really great pick for EG. Bristle builds into Vanguard, is tanky enough to just go in. Evil Geniuses need to start thinking about how they're going to deal with this Bristleback, because none of these heroes do well. There's also possibility that maybe Ember gets a Spirit Vessel, but judging by the items that I've seen that were really popular in the TI, it's just Maelstrom. Like, Maelstrom feels too good on the hero to skip on, but we'll have to see. Necro, one of the better counters against Ember Spirit, so no surprise Evil Geniuses decided to ban it out, and also another hero that has a built-in ethereal form.
5 seconds remaining.
And it gives you that sustained push as well, right? With Pugna, Necro, and Bristleback, you've got this potential ability to buy a lot of heal and sustain items to push through and get ahead of EG before these item timings do hit.
So Virtus.pro, they decide to get rid of the Sven, which makes a lot of sense, as we explained.
Yeah, back to, you know, TB Luna, stuff like that. Do we start to think it's a decent Terrorblade game against the Bristleback?
10 seconds
Or is ET
remaining.
Earthshaker, you know, Illusion heroes are often scared of these kind of guys. I feel like
5
Phantom Lance is
seconds
kind of
remaining.
out of the question at this point.
Yeah, against the Earthshaker ET Pugna, I don't think you want to get that. If you want to put yourself on a timer, put something that comes online a bit faster. I'm looking through the hero list. It's not going to be easy for EG to get the last pick. Judging by the Razor, they might be looking for a
Lifestealer?
either Lifestealer / Troll type of a hero, because this is the hero that really... these are the heroes that gets easily countered by Razor.
Well, Slark is the ban from VP. I mean, like, is Medusa an option here as well for them? Feels like there's a lot of awkward fringe heroes that they could consider.
This
Spectre
Pugna
doesn't
just
look-
screams, well, you want to right-click me? You want to pick Jug? I'm going to decrypify that unit. In theory, it works like that, but sometimes, you know, you just have to pick something. It would give them a bit more sustain. What did I suggest? The two heroes. Yeah, maybe a Slark. Sorry, Slark is out, so...
Yeah, you said Sven, you said Ursa, both are banned. They're all out there. Lifestealer we mentioned as well could be coming out here. You know, Wraith King's dead to the world. He doesn't exist anymore. Nobody wants to play with him. So it's going to be a Dragon Knight. What does this do for our draft? Is it now Lycan position 1?
It could be Lycan 1. Yeah, they are keeping things flexible.
Or DK with, you know, Aghanim Scepter can become an incredibly potent position 1 if you give him that farm priority. And another key thing, you know, he's a hero with a stun.
10
Something that
seconds
EG were lacking.
5 seconds remaining.
And now VP start to figure out where these heroes are heading. Is it a mid Pugna? Where does Bristleback go? Is it 3? Is it 1? Their last pick should reveal all. I mean, if you ban out Slark like that, it feels like the Bristleback's a key component of your draft.
It would have been a good Slark game. They have no real stuns. There is a cookie. You can easily dark pack that off. The only thing you care about is Dragonite jumping in and Blink stunning you, but there is also multiple saves on their side with the Life Drain, the Cripify, Shaker. So there's a lot of way for Virtus.pro to choose where they want to fight.
So you think they wish they didn't ban it themselves?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. Deep into the reserve time. 35 seconds remaining for VP to make this final choice. And options, like you say, pretty limited as Underlord
Choose your hero.
is their final hero. So Bristleback carry and GPK. Ooh.
GPK, Earthshaker
Ooh.
mid. Nightfall, Bristleback, DM, and they're gonna see. Okay,
Save Pugna.
position 4 Pugna.
Very cool. And it is an Arteezy Dragon Knight, so position 1 DK. Everything else slots into place as expected. But a curious draft from Virtus.pro. Lots of potential
Melee,
for
yeah.
early game aggression.
A lot of
ways
melee
to...
heroes as well.
Hmm.
DM's Underlord, something that has been very successful for Virtus.pro throughout the seasons.
Do you think them being melee is going to be a problem for them here?
You need to get close to Lycan to deal damage. At least they have a root mechanic, which is nice. Percentage-based damage is always going to be good against tanky heroes like Lycan, Dragonite, and like even Snapfire is okay.
And like you've been saying, no real consistent ways to stun Abed outside of a Blink Echo or a Fisher. But with GPK playing the Earthshaker, it does mean that he'll get his items much faster, right? He'll be able to lock down some of these heroes from an earlier point than we would expect from a support Earthshaker.
The spells will be maxed out. Still, very early-oriented draft coming out from EG with Lycan and also with the Dragonite. So there's going to be a ton of damage, ton of sustain from Io, providing that healing that is very necessary and also allowing them to go inside a pit.
Pugna with a nice hat. Now away we go into game 1. EG versus VP. Best of 2 here in the group stage, and again, both of these teams vying for that top of the table to try and get into the upper bracket. Arteezy on the Dragon Knight. A surprise last pick. Position 1 DK. Couple of gauntlets, Quelling Blade. see where he heads with this. So I think Aghanim Scepter is going to be a key component of his build, but not sure how he gets to that. While Abed has been much more easy to read with that Maelstrom, Aghanim's BKB on Ember Spirit, while Isis Ice waits back in the fountain with Helm of the Dominator queued, going for the Quelling Stick Tangos. No real stat items, just wants to try and get as quickly as he can to the Helm.
I would love to see Spirit Vessel on side of Virtus.pro to reduce the healing against Io, against Lycan, Dragon Knight. It's a very valuable item.
30
Just not sure
seconds to
who
battle.
can buy it here.
That's a good question, yeah.
Your Pugna can buy it eventually, but it's going to take some time. Not sure how much farm or how good of a game he's going to have, because it's a position 4 Pugna.
And he's got Arcane Boots queued up, so it wouldn't be quick in terms of progression towards that Spirit Vessel. No contest here from EG. Might try and deny a rune with the Wolves, but that's not going to happen. DM gets his big body in the way, and the 2 for 2 trading out equally between the two squads. No surprises in the way they set up the lanes either, right?
Yeah, it's just going to be a standard, what we expected. Lycan going to be paired up with Io. On the top lane, Kingslayer playing ET against the Bristleback. Isis Ice starting with the stick. Same goes for Io, so there's going to be a lot of regeneration. You basically get value, twice as value from 2 sticks.
Abed already with a good start. GPK takes it straight back away from him. As we see across all 3 lanes. Save against Fly, DM against Arteezy, creating a couple of
Dire's courier
1v1s on that bottom lane. And top, Kingslayer doing the same thing, bullying Ice away from the creep wave. Just to allow this Bristleback some free reign to farm. Now where's he dragged that wave off to? Nightfall pushes towards tier 1. Crit has found the Dire creep wave and maneuvers it again into this 4th lane.
And this is pretty big, like Io plus Lycan, you can
Oh, yeah.
tether to a Wolf, and then you have 423 movement speed level 1, which is pretty insane.
Very speedy Io. Lots of creep manipulation going on. Isis is pretty happy with where he sat in this lane, and he does have the stick against the cool spray of Nightfall, so he'll have pretty much permanent regen here with the Io behind him as well. GPK's Earthshaker 5 and 5,
has been killed.
getting a fair number of denies. Of course, with that Enchant Totem helping him out. Well, save has killed off Arteezy's Courier. Dead for quite some time. The pull is successful from Kingslayer. So trying to drag this wave back away from what Crit and Isis have been accomplishing. Must be so fun having Wolves to dance around that top lane.
Once Wolves are gone, you immediately start to fall back. Isis Ice should have a free time here on the top lane. He has a
Save.
stick going into
Save.
Helm of Fire and Will.
And he's been stunned and killed. They were chasing him for a little bit there, all the way out of the lane, and the double stuns from EG secure it.
Nice start for Arteezy. Decided to switch his item build. Wanted to go for Power Treads, but Falcon Blade also works really, really well. Like you can get Power Treads plus a Soul Ring this time around, because he has a First Blood that's going to give him some mana regen, a bit more tankiness. I don't think Dragon Knight dies here in the lane, especially against the support Pugna. So safe lane and the off lane for EG is kind of already secured. Like, these 2 heroes should not die.
Incredibly stable, invulnerable heroes almost. So that gives you a bit more freedom, like Fly taking the Bounty Rune, and potential rotations in towards mid lane to help out Abed. He's lagging a little bit behind the CS of the Earthshaker, but it's not a terrible time for him by any means. Where do you reckon we'll see this Earthshaker going? Usually we had that Blink Dagger first item, like no matter what, but Aghanim Scepter with the cleave on his Enchant Totem accelerates your farm a fair bit, doesn't it?
It does, but you also want to provide something from the mid lane. It's very hard for you to just farm for another 5 minutes. You need to hit the timing, so I still feel getting a Blink Dagger earlier on is a must-have, even on the mid Earthshaker, because there's a big difference. That's a 2k gold difference.
Yeah. And he does have Brown Boots, Gloves, and Blink queued up for GPK's Earthshaker. As Abed gets a bit of help from Crit. The turnaround play, GPK battling with his Ember Spirit, but Overcharge proving to be quite a challenge for the Earthshaker as EG get their second kill of the game.
Thanks be to you.
There's also Water Rune available top, possibly a shared tank. He's just gonna pop the healing salve, doesn't matter.
This is going to be good.
EG off to a really good start. Arteezy, Falcon Blade done. Level 4, 2 points in Dragon Blood. Should be very, very safe here on the bottom lane.
DM is still getting a fair amount of farm though, 19 and 5 for the Underlord. Wanting the Arcane Boots to keep spamming out the Firestorm while, oh, Ice, Ice, Ice. 4 stacks of that nasal goo from Nightfall, but Fly's arrival means the cookie lands. A little shredder and Crit from the right-hand side. Back onto the Bristleback we go. The Blightstone minus armor allows Crit to take the kill.
He's really hard to kill. As we said, Lycan, he's sitting at 9 armor from Helm. His basic armor also +2 when he's close to the tower.
Yeah.
Surprised they decided to dive the tower and try to kill Lycan.
Never refuse good.
And Bristleback. Soul Ring's about to be delivered.
Also, to go back to the Blink Dagger on Earthshaker, if you look at the heroes that they have, they're very sluggish. Underlord, not a hero that can gank from the off lane. He's more of a we group up Cookie on a mid lane, a bit more harassment on GPK.
3 heroes back into action, yeah. TP from Save. Do throw another blast their way, but this Earthshaker being pressured, and they've alleviated the challenges that Abed was having.
Virtus.pro, they do not have a playmaking hero, so GPK will need to be that. Your position 4 is just there, can slow people, but doesn't really do that much.
He's a glorified save at this point with a decrep. Arteezy. Oh, hello. Another chains. Kingslayer getting body blocked up. Doesn't have Stomp leveled up. So another one there, 4-0. And you're feeding these kills to Abed on his Ember Spirit. It's going to accelerate his timing into Face Boots and Maelstrom much faster than expected. And like you were saying at the end of the draft, this is a VP lineup that definitely feels very early game centric, focused on the laning stage, the early scrappy battles and skirmishes.
Yeah, what they will need to do with this type of a lineup is group around Underlord and Bristleback, and he just hits the towers, Pugna using a blast, but they will need levels. I'm not sure we're gonna even see the kill from Virtus.pro in the first 10 minutes.
Oh, wow. That's a bold statement to make.
We're at minute 7, Gary, so 3 minutes. It's okay.
You should have said it at like 9 minutes 50. Big stacks being built by Save. His first 7 minutes have been very, very labored, but
Those got scouted. They don't have the best heroes to take it. Ember Spirit could potentially go in and steal the big camp, but they cannot farm the Ancients.
and now we move into bottom with the EG support duo. Arteezy's cracked level 6.
Oh.
Might want to push this tower. Look at how tentatively DM is playing that bottom lane. While Nightfall has found yet another lane. These creep waves meeting in increasingly random and wonderful places, dragged around by the wolves. And there's Flight. Got scouted. They're pinging this out. They know that wards were placed into that camp. Do it, GPK. Just echo slam the creep camp. I know you wanna. I mean, why not? It's 8 minutes in. You're not going to echo slam anyone else, are you?
Fly wants to get around and try to see if they have a ward. I think that's pretty safe to say right now. Glyph popped, Arteezy showing on the mid lane with the dragon form. They see the numbers that Virtus.pro brought. TP's back to the bottom lane. We'll start putting some pressure there instead.
And they've got a good strong feeling that that high ground ward is there. It's been pinged out by Fly. So they know that there's vision up on the high ground there from VP. No sentries for the Snapfire, unfortunately. But we might have some coming out on the courier in a second. And just an observer ward.
While all that's happening, Bristleback found a way to get some stacks going near the outpost and farming safely there. Bristleback, very hard to kill, especially after finishing the Vanguard.
Virtus.pro just really don't want to give up these stacks. Contested a little bit, poking and prodding away. Fly, crit, still in the vicinity, but with DM and GPK here, it will just be experience that they share. Yeah, they're picking that high ground again. There's a ward up there.
They could have realized that there's a ward on the high ground earlier, because Say was there and he killed the ward. They knew that his courier wasn't there because he didn't have a flying courier. He was level 4 at the time, or even level 3.
That's a good point. Well, while we have the 3v3 in the mid lane, up top is Ice, Ice, Ice. Helm is done. Vlad's coming after, of course, that Helm of the Overlord. And farming in behind the Bristleback. So Bristle has been clearing that top wave, swinging through, farming out 2 or 3 camps or so. And he's just grabbed up a neutral item here. A little freebie. Well, Ice, Ice TP's back to his tier 1 tower. Ah, the ward's finally gone. Someone's coming in and centered it.
Just farm fast. Both teams, they think they have a better timing. Virtus.pro, considering the heroes that they got, they can't really just go in and make stuff happen. It's a mid-Earthshaker, so you do not want to risk too much moving around the map. You would prefer to get that Blink Dagger before. Oh, Chains missed.
Close, but not quite.
Lose together, win together, sleep together, sleep together.
But yeah, you speak of that timing, and it's
Lose together,
definitely a move away from Virtus.pro that we've seen previously in the group stage, where they've dominated the lane stage and looked poor later on towards the late game. This time it's been a very, very smooth, calm early stage. Not making any mistakes, but also not playing too over-eagerly or aggressive.
Bristleback is being pinged out. They need to bring numbers. Like, they... How many do they have? 4. They're even bringing a Dragonite.
Everybody up here. Remnant in. Mortimer's Kisses. Launched out towards Nightfall. Yeah, nice stomp, but that TP home, beautiful from the Bristleback. The lack of stuns from EG, very apparent there, as the Bristleback just TPs away from all of their damage.
He understands. Snapfire using ulti, which means that she is far away. I can TP out. Cookie will not be used. At least they get the tower. It was a 5-man rotation. They don't even get the kill, but they got the tower.
And DM gets a bit of pressure into that mid lane as well, so you get EG forced to filter back and defend their objectives. While bottom lane, GPK should claim that tier 1 tower, as we see in a split screen view. Earthshaker looking reasonably well farmed, about 500 behind Abed in the net worth. Not a big deal. As a 12-minute rune, going to spawn top as a regen. DM and Abed high-fiving down in the river. Multi-high five.
That's the action that we are seeing. High-fiving. No one died for, what, 5-6 minutes, maybe even more?
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, 4 kills happened in the first 5 minutes for EG.
That's for me.
Like you say, both teams comfortable in terms of getting towards Aghanims on Bristle, Maelstrom on Ember. Key items being picked up here and there from both sides. But now Crit can play with the Helm creep. Tether onto that Ice, Ice, Ice Hellbear. And dropping the question mark. Abed, a few hundred gold away from his Maelstrom. Arteezy has completed Armlet. Going for this 4-1-3 build.
Blink is down on Earthshaker, so they could potentially make a move. They're not smoked, so that means that he is showing off his Blink Dagger.
Yeah, revealed to the world. Crit farming jungle, like we've seen from a lot of these IOs when they're paired up with a Helm hero in the offlane. That allows Crit to get so much more gold and experience that he otherwise wouldn't have been able to. We're getting pretty close to that Ags on Bristleback. That has to be the key timing they're looking for. You know, Blink Earthshaker, sure, but Bristleback with Ags, that's their front runner.
The minus armor and then enchant totem from the Earthshaker. Also, there's 1 point in natural order. He'll get there eventually when we start getting kills.
EG considering this mid lane again, but DM has planted himself in front of the tower. Pretty tanky with a Vanguard, but Mortimer's Kisses with a magical damage from Fly, making short work of the Underlord. Arbed will claim his killing spree, and now the tower can get pushed, but Arteezy bottom, Armlet toggle. He's gonna move
waiting.
all the way back to his tier 2, he's fine. And they've actually swung into action with Arbed and Crit, relocating to try and see if that fight continues. GPK, we want to go in here with a blink and chant, the decrap and life drain, but the relocate out will allow them to escape.
Watching Arteezy use Armlet Toggle brings back, you know, some flashbacks when he was playing Lifestealer, getting the rampages.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower
And yeah, you said getting that Aghanim Scepter is gonna be the key. That's what he has queued up next.
So now they flick the switch, right? This is where the aggression starts. The 5-man group up. The ball of death from VP begins. Tanky heroes with tanky items. Tier 1 tower going to be the casualty.
are fortified.
A glyph at the last second, though, from EG will delay this a little longer. And EG not wanting to entertain any of this nonsense, they've all spread out across the map as wide as they can. Knowing that VP want to play that very tight unit close together, there are lots more resources for EG to have elsewhere. Like this ancient stack, which Nightfall has found and stolen away from EG.
With Aghanim Scepter, that's very easy to clear. Still, yet to get a kill on side of Virtus.pro.
Arbed slipping away.
Radiant's middle tower is
There
under
wasn't
attack.
an Echo Slam there, so probably no real kill opportunity for them.
Helm of the Overlord, sorry, finished
Nice
on
done.
Lycan, so that's gonna be an ancient creep taken in a couple of seconds.
Just make sure he doesn't block the camp. What's the ideal one for him here? Does it really
This
matter?
one's really good. I mean, you can take the Black Dragon earlier, but for later stages of the game, Ancient Granite Golem is good, and also the one that has
Thunderhide?
Frenzy, Thunderhide, exactly, to put it on your, let's say, Dragon Knight. Once he gets the Aghanim Scepter, he gets the free padding, and then you bite him with the Wolf Bite. So you
then he's
will
a
have
Dragon
flat-
Wolf?
You'll have, yeah, he's a half man because he's Dragon Knight,
Here we
right?
go, guys.
Then he's a half dragon
And,
and also half wolf.
Oh yeah. 3 halves, that's a lot of halves.
Under attack.
Virtus.pro still inching forward. They want to force EG into a fight. They want to face off and match against them. Crit, taking a lot of damage, but relocates back to Fountain. Now, does EG TP here to battle, or do they just let
This
Crit
is gonna be first
relocate
Virtus.pro
home?
skill.
Oh, there's Wolves. Wolves up top. Wolves up top. Tether home. Stomp is coming. Beautiful. Gorgeous from VP. Like, that could not have been more beautifully timed.
I just realized Life Drain is the only ability that you can suck at using and still be good at it.
No philosopher or man has ever said anything so apt and correct.
Talking about the philosophy, Big Boy Philly, drop for EG. So yep, Io will gladly take that one, collect some free gold.
Well, VP, you were right. They got their first kill on that IO. No second kill, though, as Fly TP's home. And a very, very steady hand here from both teams. As Arteezy tethered up. Nearly have the locket on Crit. And it will be Armlet into Aghanim Scepter, of course, with the Dragon Knight wanting that Dragon Form upgrade. And it's not something you usually think of or see. You know, VP, a very young team, inexperienced at lands, but this has been crisp, this has been clean. Very decisive gameplay from them. Almost as if they're matching EG's style, right?
Yeah, they seem to understand what they want to do. They want to go inside a pit right now, take it. Nightfall, he's dropping fairly low, but yeah. Pugna can use the life drain. Black Dragon causing a bit of issues. No one can kill that dragon, that's the problem. They don't have the hero, edgy hero, and also moving at 550 movement speed.
His
while in
attack
Lycan
animation,
form,
though.
yeah. Very hard to deal with.
Deary me.
So what will Dragon Knight have once he gets bitten by Lycan? You get more splash damage. You get he needs to get to level 18 first, but splash damage, you have slow, you have increased magic resistance, free padding, then you get a crit, shared lifesteal.
That crit. That's what's going to be the deal breaker. I mean, you will form the DK, right? Not the Ember? Or do you consider giving Abed the wolf bite?
No way, you gotta bite the knight there, huh?
Ice, ice, ice. There's a swarm of VP heroes coming his way. Elder Titan, Spirit Stomp with the help of the Decrep. And then comes GPK.
He wants the last hit.
Easy pickings. So that's Blink into BKB for GPK, not going the Aghanim's route. As Nightfall, very, very forward placement for him, clearing out camps and shoving that mid wave. He's got Aegis, but pretty low on mana, half HP. Arteezy. Now with that technically level 3 dragon form. Back into farming the camps again.
They even gave Tome to Dragonite. They want to get that level 18 as soon as possible. And there aren't many stuns yet. There is an Earthshaker, there is an Echo Stomp, but having Armlet, I think that's a cheap damage, correct choice in this game, because you're going to be able to toggle it on and off.
Radiant structures are fortified.
A very, very mild lead here for VP. 2,000 net worth for them. That's because everybody has been soaking up pretty much all of the gold and all of the resources on the map very effectively. That's been a clinic in efficiency and executing this.
This might be the game where most heroes, most creeps have been farmed. Like just the efficiency of the creep camps being stacked and killed.
Like farmed by a team and not by other neutrals or towers or something. I think you'll be right, yeah. Everyone's been on lanes, clearing out creeps. And we'll soon see a BKB coming for Nightfall. Goes for that casual Sanj. After the Aghanim Scepter. He even has a cloak in the old backpack there.
Casual cloak, but keeping Aegis for now.
This whole game is very casual and calm. PvE environment for a lot of these players. Abed being one of them. 9,700 net worth. And still 2 minutes on the Aegis. Nothing being forced. First Roshan has been like this for a while though, hasn't it? You don't really want to push. Oh, hello. What's this? Action. It's Arteezy Crit finding save. But we're going to have a trade. Nightfall and Kingslayer pair up to take down the IO. Switching off the little ball of light, extinguishing any hopes Crit had of survival. And Nightfall diving behind tier 2, but Arteezy is going to twirl on the spot. Pirouetting in front of the Bristleback. You've upset him. You've upset the Bristleback now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, on the top lane, Crit getting caught inside the pit. Rod of Atos. Underlord will be the one buying the Crimson to mitigate some of the damage from Lycan, from that Dragonite, and Sleight of Fist as well. There's a ton of physical damage coming out from EG.
Even though VP have that net worth lead, it feels like Evil Geniuses, they're shifting this gold towards the core heroes as Ice shape shifts to escape. Helm Creep is a Satyr Tormentor, dead, and a ton of gold into the pockets of DM.
This is going to be EG's big timing. Get that level 18 on the Dragonite, Aghanim Scepter on Lycan, bite the Dragonite.
Arteezy and Crit, again being found by GPK. Echo Slam used out on the IO and they'll blow him up, but that stomp not quite landing in time. So Crit again the casualty of war while the DK is allowed to escape. Abed has a remnant, so he's perfectly fine as well. But yeah, the big difference here, you know, Bristleback of course leading out in front. The two dire supports slightly ahead of their counterparts by about 1,000 each is really where that net worth difference lies. Rod of Atos though. Onto the Dragon Knight, decrapped and life drained. Cookie away from the pit. Still looking worse for wear though on Arteezy as the kisses are forced out. Abed with a two-man chain, save the decrap and the life drain again, but Arteezy's dead. Training for the Pugner. Not ideal for EG as Virtus.pro force the BKB from Abed.
This Bristleback is very hard to deal with right now. Going in, they don't have a Silver Edge. He's pretty immune to the damage that Dragonite deals at this point. The Lycan is not going to even try to focus him. So they need to find a way. I see what Arteezy has in a quick buy, BKB and the Silver Edge, but that's going to take some time.
Yeah, I mean, you might just consider going straight Silver Edge, right? We'll see what he gets up to in the long run. This VP side really showing their strength, though. And with that Aegis expiring, it is the waiting game for second Roshan. And that might be the signal for VP to start thinking about Tier 2's high ground. Starting to shut EG out of the rest of the map. Fly, cooking around. GPK's Earthshaker caught up in the bowlers, but Nightfall, here we go, sprinting forward. Bristlebacks arrived. Fly down and out, Arbed and Crit, and running for their lives. GPK's in there, though. He'll try and line up the Fisher. The slight dodge not working out
No
for
BKB
Arbed.
for 3 seconds on Arbed.
GPK, he
there it
BKBs
is.
himself, but there it is. Yeah, you're right. Remnant off to the left-hand side. Arbed still being chased down. He's got no more remnants, but with the help of Crit, tethered up and healed, while ISOSI is shape-shifting inside his own base, not accomplishing anything.
Smoke from Virtus.pro. Virtus.pro will outpush the top lane, and they will try to go for Roche. The next Roche may respawn in a minute, so they don't have the... They feel much stronger at the moment. EG cannot take the fights. They still have very limited damage, and Bristleback feels a bit unkillable. One of the reasons why IO is going for a Spirit Vessel. Philly helping out quite a lot.
Nightfall.
Yeah.
This is a 1v5. The Dire have scanned, but Arteezy, he's Dragon formed and Wolf formed now, so the three halves come into play. But look at him die to this life drain. They need to cookie him away. Crit tethers back to the southwest, but the Echo Slam from GPK and destroys Arbed. Nightfall's found a pick-off in the back
Does
line.
not have a TP, no cookie for a couple of seconds. Yeah, they just have to let him go.
3-0. They might find Kingslayer here.
They also found the courier.
The Thunderhide getting the first kill there for EG in the past few minutes. But Virtus.pro, the steamroller. The Russian bear comes out and mauls EG.
They don't have enough damage. Bristleback is a bit too tanky. There's also Life Drain if he needs a save. A Fisher, also Underlord reducing the damage with his aura.
And it answers the question about Arteezy as well, right? He needs that BKB.
He definitely needs a BKB. He can't afford to go for Silver Edge.
I mean, look at this. Nightfall just turns his back to them. Arteezy just doesn't know what to do. Stuck in the pit. Life drained down to half HP. They have to cookie him away.
Bristleback even popped the BKB. Not needed, and a nice Echo Slam from GPK just to lock him down.
Smooth sailing for Virtus.pro. With a nice net worth lead now. 7,000. That's the advantage they've managed to build up. And Roshan respawning in 2 seconds. It's got to be something EG think about contesting this. Aghanim Shard plus Aegis. That's the opportunity there. Those 2 items. That's the ability to go high ground for VP. That top tier 1 still standing. 27 minutes into the game. Smoke broken by Nightfall. Look at him go in. They get the shapeshift off, but the 2-man Fisher, GPK stunned with a nice Dragon Tail. But what now?
Life Drain keeping him alive.
Earthshaker's fine. Nightfall BKBs, blocks out Ice. The Lycan's nearly died. He's run off to the right-hand side. Arteezy, he just can't do any damage. They remnant Arbed into the back lines, but a Fisher being lined up by GPK just allows Nightfall to keep pummeling the DK. Good remnant from Arbed, but a double buyback from EG is the most important thing here. Ice dropping low to Nightfall. Cookie away, and a good Searing Chains might buy enough time, but he's
too
slow to a crawl, and the jump from GPK seals the deal.
GPK once again waiting. He had Echo available for around 10 seconds. He just wants to see Arbed to jump in, and then we'll be able to lock him down. Once again, not enough damage. They try to go on a Bristleback. They understand we can't deal with him. They don't have the tools. Spirit Vessel still 500 gold away because IO did buy back in the previous fight, and there will be a Lotus Orb. actually available at the moment on Underlord, so he can dispel that on a Bristleback.
And it looks like an easy Roshan for them. Back into the pit. Stack up the goo. EG want nothing to do with this. They've got 3 heroes down bottom trying to farm back up to that BKB for the Dragon Knight. And Nightfall with SNY, BKB, Aghanim, Scepter, and Shard with Aegis of the Immortal, so a secondary life.
Hairball, one of the most funny abilities in Dota, except the kick from Tusk. I don't know, I just love this ability.
Yeah, so, I mean, displacement abilities are always enjoyable, but you're kicking someone halfway across the map.
And the description as well, cuffs a quill-packed hairball.
Very nice. Erupt at the location. Arteezy flying over the treetops, escaping through the jungle, but crit. Ooh, well, he's relocated. Looks pretty dead to me.
No wolves this time around. Arteezy showing himself.
Yeah, crit will relocate back into the waiting arms of his mortal enemy.
Arteezy having that.
I bet BKB'd. He was scared.
Free padding on Dragon Knight, hiding inside the trees, cutting the creep waves. He'll just sit there. He understands they need to buy a bit of a time, manage to kill the tower, and now BKB is available.
Doesn't stop this though, does it? Mid lane, Bristleback is on your high ground. Level 3 in his ulti, doing some real serious damage.
They know that there is no ulti on Dragon Knight for another 35 seconds, so this should be a free set of barracks double damage spawned at the bottom.
That doesn't matter. I mean, this Bristleback's got 339 bonus damage from 9 stacks of
Gotta
Warpath.
refill his mana. Save. Needs to be careful.
31 minutes in. Selena Barracks dropping. VP can't go to the side lanes though. Tier 2s are still standing, so it will only be one lane that EG lose out on. ISO's trying to play around that top lane, now TPing back to base to smoke with his squad.
Spirit Vessel finally done, but no charges. Also, there is still Aegis available on Bristleback.
Yeah, good luck killing Nightfall twice, because he's about to break your smoke. DD's still there, like you're saying, down in the bottom spot. Abed remnanting forward. They will spot DM. Tanky Underlord pops his Crimson Guard, Lotus Orb is up, and the Decrep will save him one. Nightfall finds crit all the way to the back. They've slept up the DK. Blink Echo, stunning. Not quite killing Abed, but still putting him out of contention of this fight. He chains up the Pugner, flies over the top of him. Save is close to death, but they got the Aegis. Ember down, no buyback for 70 seconds. He is dead.
Even with the Wolf Bite and the Dragon Form, there's just not enough damage. There's so much damage reduction coming out from the Atrophy Aura, the Decrypify, so many things to focus on. Bristleback needs to be ignored. They can't really deal with him. He's about to hit level 25.
He's about to hit tier 4s. Never mind level 25, he's looking to hit the end game here. AG's base is falling apart. Bottom lane is being pushed by the rest of Virtus.pro. And Nightfall will try and come back and stop that creep from dragging any waves around. But Arteezy, the Decrep life drain. They're managing it thanks to this tether and the cookie away. But there's nothing stopping Virtus.pro. Mortimer's Kisses looking to kill the creep wave. And they do have another one coming in about 10 seconds. It's halfway down the mid lane. As Arteezy in the wolf form, trapped in the Pit of Malice. GPK with so much physical damage, is just going to shred through Artur. His BKB and the tether is up.
Yes,
Arteezy's still alive, and he toggles through with the armlet.
Can they defend the throne? It seems like they cannot.
It doesn't look like it. There's no glyph here for EG. Nightfall. He still has that Aegis for a
55.
minute. Abed, remnants to the back lines. They need to find some kills, any kills, but Arteezy, he's being held up by the tether, standing his ground, but no amount of toggling will allow you to survive, and GG is called. Virtus.pro with a beautiful timing hit. 15 minutes in that game, and it suddenly fell over.
Yeah, I mean, they had no kills. That does not matter because this is what they played for. This is what they planned to have Bristleback have that farm. They managed to get some stacks in the triangle. EG tried to invade, but not successfully. Like, their heroes are okay, and they were also playing for this timing. I think Virtus.pro had a really, really good read of what needs to be done in this game, becoming super tanky on Bristleback, on Underlord, getting that bit of Malice to ruin Ember Spirit game, plus Rod of Athos into Crimson Guard. Like,
Yeah.
you don't necessarily need to go out and just get the kills. This is something that Virtus.pro has done throughout the group stage so far in these 3 days, but they also showed that they can play a very disciplined Dota.
Absolutely. I mean, they saw, Lycan first phase. They're thinking, okay, you want to be 25, 30 minutes running at us. We're going to do it 15 minutes in. We're going to do it 10 minutes faster than you. Game 1, Virtus.pro, beautiful stuff. We'll find out what happens, though, draft and game-wise in Game 2 right after this. Now, usually, when we talk about teams playing faster and quicker, we expect kills, a bloodbath, but no. Virtus.pro had a very key timing, a very specific idea of what they wanted to do, didn't they?
They wanted this one big timing. First Roshan, in general, in Dota, doesn't really matter that much. You're just building advantage to the second Roshan. You get the you get the shard, you get the no more cheese, of course. You get the ages, and then you go for that one big push. And it happened in this game. Like they didn't get the kill for 15 minutes. Started to build up a slow advantage, and once Earthshaker got a blink dagger up, he was ready to kind of ruin Abed's game. Every single time he sees him, jumps in, locks him down, root mechanic as well, especially after the BKB. So they had a really, really good read what EG wants to do. You know, they see this Lycan, they know they're gonna have something really big, so they tank up on their safe laner or on their off lane.
It was like a horror movie, building tension, building
pretty much.
tension. Nothing's really happening, but, you know, under the surface, it's bubbling and bubbling. Then comes the boom of Virtus.pro as Game 2 is ready and raring to go. The draft available to us here as Evil Geniuses, you know, lacking a little bit of damage in that Game 1, trying a little bit of a different strat with that DK Wolf form out of the Lycan and the Dragon Knight. And Virtus.pro going again with the tiny ban in that first spot.
Yeah, I expect them to ban Storm Spirit once again. That's just a hero that Abed plays extremely well, and EG knows how to play around him. So
No need to
this
change
means
what's not
that
broken.
yeah, exactly. That means that Silencer will be left in the pool, and also Ancient Apparition, two heroes that were banned out in the previous game.
Oh, I'm thinking a little further for it, but like you called, no reason to change away from that Storm ban. So now, with Io gone and Tiny gone, leaving Monkey King in the pool, EG will grab it and keeps it flexible, of course, across both the carry, the mid, or the position 4, as we've seen Crit play it, and I'm sure Artesian and Abed are also valuable members of the team that can take the Monkey King if need be.
10 seconds
If needed, Ice can also play it. I think he would be my choice if I had to, you know, give him a hero that I don't know if he can play or not. Like Ice, you know, do your thing with this hero.
It's like if you know him in real life and you don't know
exactly.
anything about Dota, you know, see Monkey King, you know, the mischief he can make.
Pretty much, yeah. He's just, you know, been in the scene for such a long time. Probably has. I'm wondering how many hours he has.
A lot, I'm sure. Tens of thousands. What's the win rate of Monkey King been recently? Because it was pretty high last time we checked, and over quite a lot of games as well, wasn't it? Like 70.
66% win rate on a Monkey King. Got picked 24 times, and guess how many times he got banned?
Well,
86.
I can see your screen, so I can't guess.
That's quite a lot.
That is a lot of bans. Like a serious amount. Is that the most banned hero so far at TI?
Yes.
It is.
Second most banned hero is Tiny, and third one is Io.
Wow, yeah. Well, no major surprises there. Weaver coming in, what, like 6th place or so, as another hero in top contention. As Monkey King will be paired up with the Silencer, like you said. That fly hero going to be there. A nice anchor for the team. You know exactly what you're going to get from him.
Pugna doesn't like to play in...
And I meant anchor in a positive way.
Yeah, I know.
Solid.
Solid, strong, keeps you in place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just
when you need
very quickly
to...
realized it has a secondary meaning, which I did not intend.
Earthshaker will need to be able, you know, playing into global silence always going to be tricky. Even if you just Echo Slam, there could be a good time global silence. And EG's team fight with Wukong's command plus a silencer gonna be good. I want to see some kind of a stun, something that can keep them inside, because this is most def position 5. Silencer Fly will be playing it. Monkey is flexible, so we're going to see where he's going to go.
Most def indeed. Third ban is the Weaver, like we were mentioning, one of the hot heroes here at TI, both in that support and carry role, but mainly support for now. And Tidehunter joins the rest of them in the ban pool. Another very solid, stable hero. You know exactly what you're getting from him. And we kind of expect EG here to go back to solid, stable drafting rather than trying out this Dragon Knight position 1 with the Lycan Aghanim Scepter.
A lot of teams have been experimenting with
5
Lycan,
seconds
biting
remaining.
different heroes. We've seen mostly Tiny,
Yeah.
we've seen
Turn to
Ursa,
ban.
now we've seen Dragonite.
What does a Beastmaster ban tell you?
Turn to ban.
It's good against Monkey King to cut down the trees. I guess the vision from the Hawk is very irritating. But is there anything outside of that?
It's a possibility that they, play Beastmaster Tinker. It's hard to say. As you mentioned, great against the
10
Monkey
seconds
King. It's one of the
remaining.
heroes that puts a lot of pressure, gives you that attack speed, which means
5
tower
seconds
damage, roach taking
remaining.
potential.
I guess it's another hero that can give you a good timing push as well, right? You got the Helm of the Overlord or just Helm of the Dominator, and if you're with this Pugner plus another couple of tanky heroes, you could be running down tier 2s and tier 3s in no time.
You might need to swap this monkey to position 4. You're playing into Pugna. You really don't like to do that. Playing into the
Virtus.pro's
Cripify.
turn
Seems
to
like this is
ban.
something that Virtus.pro practice quite a lot. If you check their recent games, there
Yeah.
has been a couple of Pugna games, and every single time was played as position
Virtus.pro's
4,
turn
I
to
believe.
pick.
Yeah, picked up by Save. Invoker ban now from Virtus.pro. As we get ourselves a respect ban of the Bristleback, so removing another one of those timing heroes that VP used exquisitely in game 1 to steamroll their opponents.
10 seconds
So a change of tact here
remaining.
needed. But the great thing about this kind of draft is that, we saw
5
GPK play the
seconds
Earthshaker.
remaining.
We just don't know if it's going to be the 4 or the 2. And the Phoenix also not giving too much away either.
Phoenix is just great overall hero against the Monkey King. He uses Wukong's command. Same goes for Faceless Void. Drops the Chrono. Phoenix uses Egg, and then you need to decide whether you can kill the Egg or not. If you can get close, you're just doubling
10
down
seconds
on the
remaining.
team fight as well. So they need some kind of Egg hitter.
5 seconds remaining.
Who's that going to be? Snap? Position 4 Snapfire, maybe, if that is the 5 silencer. We don't see Mirana anymore, really, outside of, Adriana picking it up.
Still an okay. You need some kind of a stun. It's not a reliable stun. Depends what's it paired up with. Let's say you pair him up with a Sand but then that means your Monkey King needs to be played as position 1, which I don't think
Yeah.
that's going to be the case here.
You didn't like that.
Void incarnate.
A different direction. Void Spirit. Evil Geniuses give themselves a little bit of in and out. So Monkey and Void Spirit very good at getting into the back lines and hunting for heroes, especially over the trees or anyone hiding in the fog.
10 seconds remaining.
Doesn't have too many matchups mid, if
5 seconds
bad matchups mid.
remaining.
If that is the Abed Void Spirit, which we do expect.
So many ways to protect the Egg. You have the Cripify, you have Earthshaker spells, and there's still no Egg hitters on side of EG.
And that becomes even more of a problem if it is a support, if it is a carry Phoenix with all those levels as well. Core Phoenix, my goodness. If you get all those levels up, the faster you get to the level 2 egg, the harder it is. Plenty of time here. Being taken up by EG.
Virtus.pro's turn
They've
to
had the wind knocked out of them by that game 1 of VP, but a Doom.
Maybe it's time to bring out the Wraith King against Doom, so you're not going to be the target. I don't think any carry likes to play against
10
Doom
seconds remaining.
other than Wraith King.
And where is the
5
Doom going?
seconds remaining.
It's also a very good Phantom Lancer game for Virtus.pro
Ooh.
because they have no AoE whatsoever.
Nothing to clear illusions. They've got like Resonant Pulse and Boundless Strike, and even that can struggle once the PL gets a few items.
I'm just thinking about the hero that doesn't care too much if you're not getting initiated on. It's very hard to find the real Phantom Lancer. There's way to protect him with Pugna, with the Earthshaker. A lot of healing actually coming out. You have Life Drain save. You have Phoenix later on when Sunray is maxed out.
Yeah, any number of tanky heroes. I mean, we could even go back and think about that Ursa again. This time for Virtus.pro. Now, something they did rely on was taking the Roshans. Even without winning team fights, they were able to pressure the map and take Roshan multiple times throughout that first game. Very, very deliberate, slow drafting here from both teams. Going through the stacks of paper, considering their options.
One hero that you can also go for is Morph. Just to finish that thought, who naturally builds into Lincolns as a first item when you're playing against Doom, and they didn't have too many spells to pop the Lincolns with. The last word is the only one. In the end, they decided to go for
10
Ursa,
seconds
which is a
remaining.
lane counter to Doom. Deals well with the Monkey King. Ursa is one of the
5
few heroes who
seconds
can
remaining.
stand inside the Wukong's command and actually fight back.
Oh, because of Enrage, yeah.
Yes.
I really think the key to VP has been these Roshans as well.
And maybe, I was thinking about it. Yeah, you need to ban Lycan because Bitten Ursa might be a bit too hard. He also gets the shapeshift, which means that he can run away from Doom. Evil Geniuses are locked down, are kind of lacking the stuns. Whenever you play Doom, you need to have a good chase potential. Void Spirit's okay, but if he uses 2 steps, if Monkey King uses a Boundless Strike, they can run away.
I mean, lacking stuns, lacking tower damage as well. Venno would have been a decent pick, not only in that lane versus the Ursa Warrior, but also to create those Plague Ward bunkers, to shove waves and to pressure towers. And Viper, a similar story in terms of laning up against that Ursa Warrior.
MMR is just a number. MMR is just a number.
Oh, Dendy.
Good
Last
to
pick
hear
for
that
EG.
voice,
Yeah, it is.
especially during TI.
Absolutely is. So if we're looking at Ice Doom,
10 seconds
Abed Void
remaining.
Spirit, Crit Monkey, Silencer there for Fly. What is
5
Arteezy's
seconds
hero? Do
remaining.
you want to try and delay this game out, hunt Hand Doom with Devour, get towards late game, or do you want to try and fight and battle with VP?
Seems like they know what they want to do. It's Luna, which is also a flexible pick, but seems like that's going to be Arteezy's hero. Ursa matches up nicely also against Luna, where you don't care
10
too much.
seconds
You get on
remaining.
top of her if she uses your natural BKB builder, so you
5
don't care
seconds
about
remaining.
Eclipse, and you also have Enrage to reduce the incoming damage from it.
What's the chance here GPK takes Earthshaker again, do you think? More likely that we move it into a support role, or do you think that save Pugna and GPK Earthshaker leaves Phoenix as like a 5, and we still need an offlaner here or something for DM?
They might get an offlaner, have Pugna even played on the mid lane, Earthshaker 4, Phoenix 5. There's so much flexibility, but they need to show their hand.
An insane amount of flexibility across every single role and hero. Well, VP, yet again, we just have to hammer this point home. Very, very deliberate, very well thought out drafting. And a
Okay,
hero
that's an old school
I've
counter.
not seen that in ages. What's that about?
Because they pop the Doom, you use a Stampede, you run away, so you're kind of taking away Bullseye from your carry and forcing him to use the Doom on you.
So once EG commit with Global, with Doom, they waste those big cooldowns, and DM
They
just
might
says,
need
"See
to
ya."
pop Doom and use the Global Silence right after.
Yeah.
Then chase, get 1 or 2 kills, and then keep chasing.
And DM buys a Lotus Orb, and there's nothing you can do about that. So it will be GPK Earthshaker, that means. And like we thought, Save and Kingslayer on the Pugna Phoenix. And thinking and looking about game 1, do we expect Virtus.pro to have a similar type of game plan here?
It's a different lineup. They also need to be active. Ursa, Morbid Mask, Diffusal Blade, run into Roche Pit. He might even take it earlier if there's a fight, if he's farming inside a triangle, if they manage to kill 1 or 2 heroes. There is Sustain, there is also a Centaur that can tank it. So, gotta be aware of that for EG.
And this time, much more damage for EG, right? Much more consistent ways to damage and teamfight people if they can lock them down. That is the one thing they could struggle with, but lanes also look solid too. Monkey plus Doom, Luna Silencer should have reasonably good times in that initial laning stage as we get ourselves underway for Game 2, Virtus.pro versus the Evil Geniuses here at the TI10 group stage. And Centaur War Runner, yeah, a blast from the past. It's been a while since I've seen a half horse, half man. Unfortunately, no Lycan here
Yeah,
to
does
turn him
not
into
have a third half.
a half wolf for him.
Ice running bottom, so they might start thinking about running an aggressive tri-lane, possibly.
Interesting.
Shame.
Luna was always good at that.
Shame.
Got the Luna Blessing, yeah. I mean, Silencer. Ranged hero with Luna feels good. Monkey King, pseudo-ranged. Might be able to set that tri-lane up, like you mentioned. And there's Virtus.pro.
There is Observer Ward, so they see Doom already here. Who planted it first? There is a Sentry Ward, so they know. Oh, the play from Crit. He will deny that Observer Ward so that they don't get the gold and XP from it. He planted an Observer Ward at the high ground, got the gold back, and killed his own obs.
Very nice. Alright, Sentry in that mid lane as well. And GPK, mid Earthshaker. With Kingslayer, DM, and Nightfall all behind them. This is one of the first times I've not seen the 5v5 mid. You know, Nightfall and Kingslayer were up in their top jungle. And that's allowed, like you say, EG to get a slight edge here in the early stage of the game.
The battle begins.
Bounty runes spawning up for a 2-for-2. No contest yet again. Both teams pretty content. Just allowing those to go both ways. And we see a pretty natural build of items there. Yeah, Orb of Venom on the Monkey King. Double gauntlets on your offlaners. Create yourself a nice tanky
Look at
situation.
Virtus.pro. They're just chilling on a mid lane, trying to decide whether they go bottom, whether they go top.
And Kingslayer, Fiery Spirit's level 1. With Crit slowing him down, Jingu is there, built up for him, and the damage just keeps on coming. Nice Fairy Fire does allow the Phoenix to sit behind his tier 2. But this tri-lane that you called out for is coming to fruition from EG already, 40 seconds in.
Virtus.pro also expected that, so now they're putting a DM on the top. One hero they can sacrifice. If Ursa's playing against a tri-lane, he's really not that effective. What they want is to have Ursa against Doom. Doom, a hero that before had a 0 starting armor. Right now it got buffed a couple of times. Right now sitting at 5 with just one branch.
It makes sense with all the armor he wears as cosmetics that he should have some actual armor. And it also means that, you know, when you run these tri-lanes, if you're the ones forced to TP, you definitely don't come out on top. So it's very nice to see their Virtus.pro setting their lanes in a position which EG are forced to make the first move. And Crit has to come down and, of course, help the Doom. While Fly with Arteezy pushing damage towards Kingslayer. You won't be able to kill him, but you're definitely putting him within that threshold of fear. And everybody's farming. 6-4, 6-4, 6-2, 6-1, 6-1. Centaur breaking the pattern. Here's a couple more CS.
Similar to previous game. I think we're gonna have much more action, especially on the bottom lane, even on the top lane. Silencer wants to play active, wants to be involved early on. Ursa is having a good time playing into 2 melee heroes with a possible Icarus dive on level 2, just to have a bit of an extra slow. Earthshock already skilled.
Yep. Phoenix realizing he should be down bottom. Not really too much he can do top. Put Pugner there for the save, if need be.
There's anti-synergy. He uses the Cripify, Ursa can't attack, so makes much more sense
Yeah,
to lane with Phoenix.
it sure does. Crit. There's the Jingu going. Pesky Monkey King. That's a lot of damage from GPK. Like I said, you know, this Void Spirit doesn't have too many natural lane counters. So far, Earthshaker proving to be a bit of a challenging one. Just with the raw clicks he's taken from him.
GPK really loves to just bully people out of the lane whenever he can. Stand on the high ground. There we go. Couple of high fives on the mid lane.
Another one. Wonderful. Oh, the pull across contested. Cleared up by Ice. No worries there. As Virtus.pro have set their lane in place. Just a little forward from their bottom tier 1 tower, so free farm for the Ursa Warrior. Oh, the denies out from GPK, 7 of them. And Abed giving as good as he takes. Just a little bit behind that Earthshaker for now. 4 minutes in, still no real kill threat on any of these lanes. You don't expect mid to die. Crit chasing that Kingslayer Phoenix, not going to be able to find anything there. Maybe we get this Ursa to munch away at a Doom. Outside of that, it is, again, a very calm match, but GPK won't get a bottle refill. The Monkey King mischievously snipes it away from him.
Ice is ice. They try to go on him. Pops his Scorched Earth, and now is running towards Kingslayer.
Pops his Mango too. Speedy Cobalt Aura on Ice Ice Ice. With a golden chalice full of red liquid. The blood of his enemies. Oh, it's called Speed Aura.
Very nice. Amplified damage. Speed Aura, one of my favorite ones. Unfortunately, amplified damage has been renamed.
Corrosive Haze. And Save doing a bit of a wander. It's a nice Observer Ward down and starts stacking up some camps here. And this really has been the story of Virtus.pro in this series so far. It is, squirrel away some money, save. All that gold you're getting, build up bank, invest, invest, invest. But DM, he's being surrounded now by EG, who want to get the first kill of the game. And who are they giving it to? DMs are dying. And it's Fly who draws first blood. Arteezy went back to go and hit some creeps. Meanwhile, Ice Ice Ice, he's going to Scorched Earth. He's fine.
They wanted to give first blood to Arteezy, but he had no mana. Magic Wand was on cooldown, and was really afraid to go in case someone shows up. Save.
What's he up to? Oh, he's dying. Another kill for EG. It is. Fly getting both of them. He's got to feel real good about himself. What, 700 gold saved up on a 5 silencer? Never seen that before. Well, a 6-minute
Bringing the
rune.
healing salve for Arteezy.
Abed. He tries on Kingslayer. 6-minute rune. It has spawned up top. Looks like a regen. As Abed looks to go claim it. Even spends an Astral Step. Flies over Kingslayer. Finishes him off with Resonant Pulse, but GPK. He's there with a slam down. And Abed, well, that decrep not really working wonders for them, but they should be able to finish it regardless. Ooh, dissimulate to the left-hand side. He baits them.
Stick.
Juking left and right. Abed, he's clear. He's high and dry.
GPK, no points in Fisher. That would have been a secure kill, but decided to go for a more lane-oriented build.
And Fly refills the bottle for him, because look at Save. He was looking, lurking, wanting that backstab onto Abed, but he's stuck around in the top lane. The 4th kill of the game potentially coming now. Ether Remnant not going to catch. The Astral Step is there. Into the back of DM, and yet another. 4-0.
That was such a big play. First, Fly brings healing salve for Arteezy, then refills the bottle, and doesn't have anything left. Save needs to be also careful. Fly has still Fairy Fire to work with.
And they're still fighting on such low HP and mana. Arteezy battling back with Save. Crit in the mid lane, though. Maybe the first death of an EG member as that Enchant Totem hits some real serious damage. And they throw the tip at him too. Oh, Abed.
Doom
Big
is
check.
available, but
Totem.
he does not have mana for anything else. Brought an Ice Armor creep, which is decent amount of armor, +5. So
I love Ice Ice Ice, man. I just love Ice Ice Ice. Fake pumping the Doom, like, yeah, go on, bro. You wanna
you wanna
fight?
use your Enrage?
Yeah.
It's not safe for Nightfall to be at the bottom lane anymore, so I expect him to rotate. You see Doom being level 6, you gotta move out. Mask already done, Phase Boots. Yeah.
Deny that Invis rune. As a scan did land on them. EG were readying themselves to defend Abed. Along with Crit's Monkey King, who's going for that Orb of Corrosion, no boots build, which we've seen time and time again. DM has a Vanguard now, so tanking up on the Centaur. A balanced strike with that Astral Step forward. Save gets obliterated by Abed from that mid lane, and EG are bringing numbers here. They want to take down a tower. 9 minutes in.
4 people mid lane. Arteezy has Lunar Blessing, level 4, so that's extra 35 damage. He's ready to farm the jungle. He does not want to kill anyone. With the Lucent Beam, that's going to be a tier 1 tower. Crit, gets the last hit. If Nightfall wants to stick at the bottom lane, 1 rotation with the Doom, and he's dead. He needs to move out.
Well, if they can contest these stacks, it's even more money flowing into the coffers of EG. Abed, he's done some real good damage to this. The Stampede forward, though. Fly being blown up. Save and Nightfall make short work of him. And Abed TP's home, so stacks somewhat defended. Don't know how much of that Abed got, but it was a bit. Well, Ice just continues to devour away these bottom lane creeps.
Doom is very hard to kill. He's sitting at 17 armor. Ursa relying on physical damage. Doesn't really do that much. Are there any stacks being made for Arteezy? There is an Observer Ward, scouting things out, not blocking the camp inside EG's triangle.
And Monkey King, speaking of scouting, spotted DM farming a little stack off to that top jungle. And Arteezy returns to top lane to push a tower. Not an easy kill on this Centaur with his Vanguard. They're going to have a try anyway. It looks like Monkey King, after that Orb of Corrosion, heading into an Orchid, but first it's a Doom onto DM. Monkey King leaping, Primal springing down, but not landing onto DM, while Abed solo kills Kingslayer, DM dies top, and the tower looks like it's free and wide open for EG to take.
Pucking up position 4 doesn't provide you with that ganking potential. It's more about post 10-15 minute game, what he provides. Save, once again, in trouble.
This feels much better from EG compared to game 1. They're piling on the pressure, finding kill after kill, moving across the map, oppressively shoving towers and bringing down structures, while also building
Blink
up this Arteezy
Echo
Luna.
is available.
And he moves on to Arteezy, down to half HP, and Enchant Totem again, and Nightfall arrives. EG had squandered their position, leaving the Luna completely isolated.
Had a bit of a false sense of security. Silencer was not level 6 to pop the global silence, but seems like this could be a kill.
It could be, yeah, without Abed arriving. It absolutely
Void Spirit,
should
that's
be.
gonna be a kill.
Void Spirit's there, Nightfall ditched. No mana on the Ursa, so EG trade out their Luna for the Earthshaker. Not too bad, all things considered.
Ursa getting very close to Diffusal Blade. This is gonna be the big timing for Virtus.pro, where they're gonna smoke and try to get a kill, transition that into Roche Pit. So EG should be aware of that. Echo Slam available in 100 seconds. That's gonna be the exact timing when Ursa finishes off his Diffusal Blade. Phoenix a bit under-leveled, 12 minutes in, still not level 6.
But it does really feel like this game, you know, Virtus.pro, we saw what they were able to accomplish when it was an unknown quantity, when EG didn't know quite what was happening. This time, though, do you think VP has more than one window? Like when they have that Diffusal Blade, now they've got the Blink, when they get Centaur tanked up, how late can they go? How many chances does VP have to actually get this game in the bag?
They're still in this game. All they need is that Roche that I talked about. This is a big, big kill if EG can get it. Global Silence is available.
They're straight on him. Global, Primal Spring, and silenced up. Down goes the teddy bear. And there's just no answer, no recourse here from VP. Arteezy is a little forward on that mid lane, but he'll just Lucent Beam and run back to rejoin his team, while VP are yet to take a tower.
EG can play 4 versus 5, while Arteezy farms the triangle, goes out. Doom also top farm hero in the game, has Hand of Midas, working towards the Blink Dagger.
Well, that's what I mean, right? Is if we had later and later Doom, Luna, even the Void Spirit to some extent, it feels like they scale better than Virtus.pro. But a smoke here. They think about Roche. Now they consider the jungle, but walking up the staircase blind doesn't feel particularly good. Abed not scouted, the Dire scan. I don't know if that clipped onto Arteezy, but they seem to know that something's there. Stampede forward onto Artur, the Luna blown up completely. No real turnaround here for EG, as they've got Abed nearby. Maybe a single pick off onto Save or someone as he dissimulates away from the life drain. And they will get a 1-for-1 trade.
They got that kill as well. Ursa about to finish the Diffusal Blade. They still have a window of opportunity, 45 seconds until Global Silence is online. Earthshaker pinging out Void Spirit.
Yeah, they're going on him. And the Echo Slam spent onto Abed. Huge kills there on Arteezy and Abed as EG bleed out some massive momentum going the way of VP.
Once Ursa gets that Diffusal Blade, the damage that he deals is just insanely high. Also, they managed to kill the tower on a mid lane, which will bring DM closer to his Blink Dagger. Then it's going to be much, much easier to play the game. You will have initiation, not just from the Shaker, but also coming out from your Centaur. Ursa, BKB queued up next. You also need to be very careful about Ursa taking the Roche. You go for a gank. Yeah, there we go.
What a player, honestly. If he gets this kill, it's well deserved. He won't. But blinking first to try and dodge the Boundless. Crit cancels it. Both players really playing out of their minds. And then the illusion route to make sure that he doesn't get stunned. GPK, monumental display of skill in that situation.
Even if GPK dies there and they bring numbers, there was a Roche attempt from Virtus.pro, and they want to keep it close. DM has that Stampede, so if he does not get doomed, he will be popping it.
Oh, they jump in. Oh, the Globals. Abed disappears.
There's so much damage from the Earthshaker. Plus 30 base damage talent from Earthshaker, Power Treads, and the Enchant Totem. That's 500 damage.
My goodness. Arteezy and ISS, they're breaking back up this high ground into Triangle. Two-man Boundless, but they're still an Ursa moving forward in Rage. Before that Doom landed, while GPK's Earthshaker contending with the Arteezy Luna, looking to bail away, control this Roshan and think about taking that Aegis for themselves while the dewarding game begins. EG, get the Monkey King away from GPK. Any high ground vision there is from Fly, but taken out immediately by the Earthshaker now. A sentry there. Oh, can they keep going? Nice DM.
He's going to pull him back down.
Yeah, GPK's down on the low ground now, but a fish onto two. They turn around. Abed gone again. Crits in with a Boundless, but he's been cut from the trees. Oh, VP.
Luna ulti will deal damage from behind. Now she's disarmed.
But now she's alone. Lacoste, EG are crumbling and falling apart. Virtus.pro, they come out again. 15 minutes into the game, they get a couple of items and they outplay the...
That was such a big rain play from
Their
Earthshaker.
mouse isn't even plugged in.
Mouse turn off, all right. No jokes, sorry. They, just to be sure, no jokes. We got it, said it twice. Oh, give them new mouse. Give this guy some new mouse. But yeah, Earthshaker jumps on the hill, gets stuck there. We're gonna see it again. Monkey King was able to jump out. The GPK will devort it, and then Ether Remnant will pull him down, which allows him to cast his totem and stun them. It looked really good, but DM with the Blink Dagger cuts into backlines, kills Crit, who comes back into the game. Seems like everything is also fine with the mouse, so the game will resume.
It's just outplay after outplay. Virtus.pro, knowing their limits, knowing every step they have to take to win a team fight. And Abed, the last 3 fights or last 3 situations in a row has just been obliterated by this Earthshaker's Enchant Totem.
Ursa picking up the Aegis, because he picked it up. Doesn't need to go for BKB, instead get that Blink Dagger, so it's going to be much easier for him to reposition in the fight, jump the backlines, especially find the Silencer if they have a good vision. EG in trouble once again.
Yeah, 12-11. VP with another mild lead net worth-wise, but feeling like they've got the ball in their court. Bottom lane going to get shoved down by the Earthshaker so he can get closer to his BKB. Another signal of intent in terms of itemization for team fighting.
If someone shows up, double scan from both teams. It doesn't connect. Now GPK showing on the bottom, but they're also making a rotation from Pugna, so that's going to be a lot of damage on the tower. EG cannot defend this tower.
There's like 12 sentry wards in that top left-hand corner of the map, from 6 from both teams, basically. There's no vision there, bar 1 Dire and 1 Radiant Observer ward over towards the triangle, which favors Virtus.pro. A couple of wards now being placed down south, but in jumps the Ursa. Nightfall finds out Crit, enrages up, keeps the hits coming. Meanwhile, in that Dire jungle, Doom is being echo slammed into the ground. Sent back into the depths of hell where he belongs.
Abed has one astral step to work with. Ursa, not close. He's in the triangle, evading, so Luna cannot farm there. Abed.
Dissimulate used. They know. They
He
definitely
just jumped.
know now.
That's his last step.
He's got 1 in 3 seconds, but he might just be dead. Oh dear. Abed, not having a great game.
Oh, man.
5, 4, and 2.
He's still so far away from that Aghanim Scepter. Needs 800 gold to finish it. It's gonna be a 20-minute Ags on your mid Void Spirit that didn't go for any other item.
80%. Win probability shifts up to 81. Virtus.pro moving back into this Radiant Triangle. Nightfall. He knows the monkey's nearby. Now he knows Silencer's here. Aegis for 2.5 minutes, and he'll enrage to make sure
Blink.
he'll blink away.
Available. Do you ever look at pro players' items and you go like, your blink dagger's in the wrong
Yes.
spot? Yeah, like his blink dagger should be where Magic Wand is.
Correct. Correct. I cannot deny that. Abed's got the right idea though. Wand in the top right, phase middle top. Bottle in the first slot. Big fan of that. Not been working out this game though. As Virtus.pro pressuring in again towards mid, towards bot, dewarding in that triangle, creating nice little avenues in towards this EG side of the map, and towards their base.
GPK needs to be
gone
careful.
on.
Global gonna pop.
Well, he's got Life Train behind him, but you're right, the Global stops that, puts an end to GPK's nonsense. There's EG, striking back at long last. But in comes DM with the help of the Supernova, stampeding back towards Arteezy. Where is it? Nightfall's arriving, Crit is low, and down he'll go. They found Arteezy, blowing him up. DM has another blink in 2 seconds. Flying a spot of bother here, isn't he? Yeah, blink stomp. They've caught the Silencer. I don't think Nightfall even needs to arrive.
Oh,
They've got
that
so
damage.
much magic
the
damage.
Creepify plus double edge, just amplifying it. Abed showing on the bottom lane. They know something is up. There is still Echo Slam available once he respawns, and Nightfall. He's untouched. They cannot do anything to him. While the Aegis expires, he's going to be halfway through the BKB, and still Doom not used. Ice having a trouble, because it's very hard for him to make a decision. Do I Doom the Centaur? If I don't, he's just gonna pop a Stampede.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Good wall stomp. Is Nightfall gonna stop? He gives up on it. The Observer ward, ooh, the scan down bottom. Abed's got no TP. His TP was cancelled by GPK's Fisher, hey? Astral step off to the left. They don't quite know what's going on there. The ward near the Monkey King, northwest of that bottom tier 2. Hello, little friend. Hello? What are you doing over here? Someone dug up a kobold. He's just standing there. Oh, he's got
What
some
a
sick
nasty
eyebrows.
Shame.
Yeah, it's definitely some
Shame
shame in his
indeed.
eyes. Oh, now EG scrambling just to try and clear waves, cut out as much as they can, but Crit, once again, found by Nightfall. Every time this Ursa sees the Monkey King, rips him limb from limb.
Map is just getting smaller for EG. Someone needs to be out on the top lane, because bottom part of the map belongs to Virtus.pro. There's always going to be this threat of Earthshaker, so one of the reasons why he's playing off the map, now going to show on the bottom lane, start to put some damage on the tower, and they're also going to kill the mid tower. They have enough tower damage with just Centaur sitting there and the Retaliate, of course Pugna with the max Nether Blast at this point.
It feels like, you know, 9,000 net worth on Arteezy hasn't really been transferred into anything, any momentum, any impetus, no real damage coming from him. Maybe the BKB helps, But VP with these saves out of the Pugna, the Supernova to try and force your opponents to either disengage or fight
There's a
awkwardly.
free item, gauntlets dropped.
Free Kobold, free Gauntlets, and maybe a free kill on Fly, but GPK decides otherwise. Blinks away after the Arcane Curse.
DM is so farmed, and his itemization is pretty much perfect, going for that Vanguard, Hood, now going for Lotus Orb
Free
to remove the...
Bannerers.
Yeah, if he gets Global Silence, can pop the Lotus Orb, great against Doom as well, put it on the Ursa if needed. Now going for the Aghanim Scepter next, what's queued up, so...
Now look at the difference between them. That's a Doombringer with 510 GPM, and DM Centaur is not that far behind, doing what is that, like 20, 30% more hero damage than the Doom as well.
Radiant are
Abed
scanning.
did finish the Aghanim Scepter, waiting by his Observer Ward. EG, do they know this smoke is coming? Because they've scanned mid. They've got to know something's up. High ground vision. There it is. Pop the smoke, get the global, but Fly disappears before our very eyes. Astral Steps means that Abed returns to base, and EG being herded back into that Radiant side, while the only hero out there is Crit's Monkey King.
Virtus.pro should just wait for the Roche to respawn, kill it, get Shard for Ursa, so every single time he uses Earth Shock, you get 1.5 seconds of Enrage, and it's also the same sound, so it kind of gets confusing.
It does, yeah. Oh, that Fisher. Oh, Arteezy. Yes. Oh, he has the BKB.
Inside the base, BKB, he was
Fresh.
afraid of getting Echo slammed.
He just bought it as well. That was meant to be a turning point. It's a good balance strike, double war stomp. Night falls in. EG need this, but the two-man Echo from GPK get them a double kill for save.
Nice
No
aside, pop
buybacks.
Doom.
They doom. But what now? They die. They doom and they die. 3-for-1 trade out, and save is the only death. Nice Eclipse out though.
That's gonna be a kill.
Kills off GPK thanks to Arteezy.
But the Sunray keeping them healthy and alive. Yeah, Fly's gonna pay with his life. Force Staff on the high ground, but the
force.
DM is ready.
Blinks up there, stomps him down. A dominating streak for DM Centaur. And now a 3v1 as Luna is the lone survivor.
Also, Roche respawned in the meantime. Not sure why they decided to go in. Luna popped the BKB. If she did have it, might have been a bit of a different fight. But yeah, Kingslayer pinging out the Roche. Ursa has enough sustain with the Morbid Mask. And also has Aghanim Shard in the Quick Bite. Not gonna need that. Roshan gonna give it to him for free.
Very nice. Very nice indeed. And that bottom lane being pushed in means that Arteezy's got to go clear it out. EG will be all alive in a couple of seconds when Fly respawns. And it looks like they are TPing across the map. Maybe thinking about contesting Roche, but it's all too little too late. VP with that Aegis and the Shard getting prepped for a bottom lane push.
Phoenix is higher level than anyone on EG's team. Luna is the same level, but the rest is perfectly timed.
Kingslayer
Voice
knows
chat
what's
will
up.
line. Yep.
Yep, he sure does. Monkey, I think they're pinging out here that there's people in the trees. Kingslayer from the left-hand side clears the creep wave. And Evil Geniuses, are they stuck here?
Slay together, slay together.
There's no Arteezy, there's no Ice. They are very distant from this bottom lane fight. But it looks like VP won't give it to them.
Another Lotus Orb finished on Phoenix, which means that he can dispel the global silence. Great against the Doom. Once again, dispel silences from Void Spirits. Resonant Pulses.
Radiant's bottom
Save.
tower has fallen.
He got silenced up by the Monkey Orchid.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They also don't have the egg hitters. Luna is fine, but that's not her job. She can't afford to sit in a fight with the BKB on and hit the egg, because there's so many things that they can defend the egg with.
Yeah, it's rough.
Arteezy thinking about Aghanim Scepter.
Oh yeah.
It feels like it's one of those games where it doesn't matter if you get a Force Staff, if you get a full Hurricane Pike,
yeah.
Manta style.
Onto Ice. They're the ones that start the fight. VP with a Blink Echo from GPK makes damn sure the Doom is dead. Now Abed and Fly, they'll TP Void Spirit away, but Fly not going to have the same luxury as he is blasted from 50% to 0
And
with
they're
one
already
hit.
top. They want to hunt Arteezy. He knows something is up.
Scanning.
Too many heroes missing. Dire using scan. GPK showed, so that means Arteezy needs to fall back. He needs to get away.
AG still have to do something drastic. They need a team fight win, and they're not going to get there without.
Oh, they know. They actually
Do they
know.
see him? How do they know? He's cut through the trees. They're going to see a dead tree there. Oh, there's a stump. There must be Arteezy nearby. Where are you, buddy? Oh, hello. Hello, Arteezy. The balance strike with the Eclipse, though. GPK gets his BKB off. He's very low HP. He turns,
Blink
but
ready.
he's got to try and run away. The hit comes in. EG stomped, though. DM is here. And so is Nightfall. Abed with nowhere to run. Arteezy TPs with not using BKB. There's no stun, no bash.
He had Basher, but didn't get a hit off. That was, something else. These professional players, they know. You see that there's a tree missing because trees grow every 3 minutes, so they knew something was up. He stood there, tried to be greedy, maybe cut the wave after. In the end, it's just a trade.
Look at Nightfall. He was top a second ago. Now he's killing fly bottom. Yeah,
Perfectly timed bash.
straight
10 out
out.
of 10.
They're pinging Arteezy. Look, there he is. We found him again. Hiding in the Radiant base while Crit shoves out top, cutting waves. But that is all that EG can do right now. Facing off against VP right now just doesn't seem like an accomplishment that they can actually pull off.
Arteezy, 1,300 gold away from finishing the Aghanim Scepter. And he does not want to show it. He does not want to show what he wants to go for. They want to have this big surprise fight.
The bash. DM. Can't catch Abad now. That Assimilate far too long of a range.
Void Spirit upgraded the Simulate. Gets another ring.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
That glyph delaying the inevitable death of the tier 3 tower. Sunray topping up their HP as Abed little hop, skip and a jump in and out.
Preemptive Lotus Orb. They have to, so they can keep using them on Ursa. In case something happens, Centaur can use the Stampede, and it's also Aghanim Scepter Stampede. They can run through the obstacles.
They've got Blink Echo too, Lacoste. VP are ready. And that's why EG are cowering behind the tier 4s. Abed, the one hero that can show.
Nightfall, he was relying on Bash right there.
Maybe if he bashes, he gets a kill with a Blink Echo or a Blink Stomp. But a lane of barracks down, and EG with no answer. So many questions being posed of them by this really young squad.
20 seconds left on Aegis. So they need to be a bit more careful. Can't go for the high ground push anymore. In a game like this, you can just try to farm up, wait until the third row spawns. If they go for a fight or if you can get a pick off, go for it because they feel super strong. Ursa still has that 8-second BKB, Aegis timer, reclaimed, Ursa back to full HP, full mana.
Radiant are scanning.
Bottled DD.
This is big timing for EG because they don't know, Virtus.pro, they don't know that there's an Aghanim Scepter Eclipse on Luna, level 18.
Shiva's guard on the Phoenix as well, who is higher net worth from position 4 than the mid Abed Void Spirit.
He's also level 18, so that's going to be almost impossible to kill. 10 attacks to destroy.
Invulnerable Supernova. VP would love to go and get that tier 2 top, but the creep wave not obliging them. Far too pushed out, and it is getting pinged now. Need to start cutting that wave. But they don't want to TP someone back, because that would relinquish control of the triangle if EG met them 5v5 on force.
DM will do the little trick, pull back the creep wave, kill it, use Lotus Orb on him, and they can keep camping here. Ursa does the same thing to the mid lane.
The pincer attack in towards the Radiant base. Satisfying sounds of thudding of the Earthshaker.
Virtus.pro decides they need to change the side. Moves whole squad to the bottom. Another smoke from EG.
Smoke after smoke. Last chance saloon. EG's one chance to shine. Kingslayer's on the high ground, scouts the Monkey King, immediate supernova, the Eclipse comes. They're going to try and kill off Abed. He's disarmed, but it's
needs to
Arteezy now.
run.
That's the Luna kill they needed, and good games called. VP with another 32-minute victory over EG.
Man, Virtus.pro, like they had a bit of a tough time in the game where they lost with the discipline, but in this one, it was just like a complete stomp. They did not allow them to go for any kind of a play. They completely shut down Abed in both of the games. Earthshaker, 2 times in a row, had his number, and like this Ursa pick was genius. All they needed to do is kill the Roshan and just keep rolling from there.
It really felt like VP had, you know, a literal algorithm where it's like step 1, step 2, step 3, all the way through to step 300. They followed all the steps, and they won both games in a very, very, you know, considerable fashion.
Way, exactly.
Super. I mean, from an outside perspective, it looks reasonably simple for them, smooth sailing. But there's so much work that's gone into this: the drafting, the play style, the understanding of what their opponents are going to do. VP, well deserved victory, 2-0 over EG.
In both games, they didn't really focus on the kills. They focused on the strategy so much. Like, what is their timing? In this game, timing was getting that Roshan, getting the Diffusal Blade and the Blink Dagger on Earthshaker, and then just everything seems pretty much perfect for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, well, I believe that's it now for the A stream, but you can make sure to check out all of the others, Dota 2, TI 2 through 5, and of course the green, the beautiful overall red zone, the stream over there with the panel. That's it from me, Lacoste. We'll see you guys tomorrow, though. Goodbye.